Greetings in the name of Jesus this morning. Huwag bulan tu kan weekend na turangan marama. And singa binakan ni kuha. Huwag bulan tu weekend na sali sumay na ititay. Weekend na sa kabarula ko tiko. Not forgetting for those of you in city centers, town centers, that just wake up this morning and you're preparing for breakfast. And some of you just lazing around. We take this time to say good morning. I will say mbula to all the people in the village. Ni mbula minaka na turanga na marama dorbo na unelewa non dabi korbo gaviti tiku may lau bikum do may lau ida kisara lau iloma bikin tu esa samuala malo mbula ni mbula minaka en mataka ni sigani kuha bikin tu may ida konrobe do sa mbula minaka bikin tu kintu tuko I na anu Otavio uni o ngamea lau dala matangi kio bata ke rabi dong bula minaka en singa minaka ni kuah ave ke tu na ta kaun robe e ponolemu ni bula minaka en singa minaka ni kuah te usara mai na tewa gai vivi baka ni ki sabu en ke nambara vi mai wailemu ni sa bula minaka na singa minaka ni kuah bikin tu mai maduata ni bula bula sia mai undu pointi gai kauta vivi sobukin riketi me bola gani na boda ke mbua ni mbula minaka na siwina ni kwa kento mai mbua mbula minaka mbula re bikim do mai rakau ni tambua on turang na tuimbua ke ni barong tu mai au saba kam mbula tu ni bikim ni en mata kan ni sigani dai sana ba turang ora na kena be barabi na kena be uli manua sana ba turang omba au nanrong abata kena bosa dola bina ana eto sa ombal balabu atu malolo kina atu mamenuda kero saba kam mbula tu kan non danga na tali tagingo na family table talk and nabi mataka ni singa waruai and nabi mama ni bitu au wa mula talaga seru mataki na mosi weekend tu imbarabi me kau tsara ni uli wanua do mbula benaka and mataka ni singa ni kuah sini mula dabi kam do na weka ngumai ni tasiri do sambula benaka kendo I kalamu kendo to tadiruang ango ena tamabua siro sobeani kena be uli banua dolo isuba batake sawani kena ngauni sala ko ela ko yani serea ki ko ela ko nambuka luka au saba kam bulan tugani we ke munika tabaraka sara mona sabu no bula binaka ena siga binani ko tele mo batake rewa do sambula binaka sini mula dabi kena tu na tu mula mai biti we yani to do ko kena be korkoro do bula binaka mai omalau mai motoriki mai wakaya kongai batiki nai rai batake ngau au sa ba bulan tu ni koro en mataka ni sini dai kem do mai kandabu mai ono idake go kau to subusarani nambuka lebu sa ba bulan tu ni ken be koro en sini ni ko aba bulan talanga be ken na lewe biti en da satu na be sai buru tale so ani bulan binaka ken da Pasifika au sa.
Thank you for joining us again on another Saturday morning on the Family Table Talk, and we believe that you've had a good week. Well, if your week wasn't good, look back, only pick the things that you can learn from.
Yeah.
Don't allow it to really affect your mood, because there's certain things, once done, you cannot change, and once done, you cannot go back to undo. You just need to take it on and move forward. So we would like to welcome you also this morning. And maybe you're just listening and watching from your bed. Like this morning, we all planned last night excitedly that we're all going to be leaving home at about, what, 4:30?
4:35.
Yeah, the whole family. They all cry out in, unison from my grandchildren. Yes, Nana, 4:30. We're all going at 4:30. 5 o'clock to be at the seawall. Well, I heard a little, few things in the morning because I slept in late. And when I stood up at about 5:15, and I said to myself, I didn't see my husband. I said, oh, okay, he must be in the kitchen, rounding people up. But it was quiet. Okay, so he slept without me. And I checked into the two bedroom. My grandchildren still flat out. But we have the two boys already left with him for the prayers this morning. And your morning may be different. You may be still sleeping in and watching us through your phone, or even just hearing us from wherever you are. We would like to say Yandra Minaka, Bula Vinaka, and Bula Maleka, Bulare, and Mataka Malawambula, and Mataka ni Waruai ni Nikoa, and Naka Okla Kavani February, Kavani February, today is the 4th of February.
Dominaga, it's good on Saturday morning that you can relax.
Yeah.
Maybe you miss what you planned to do. But Saturday
But it's
morning,
your own time,
your
eh?
own
Yeah.
time. So it's a time that you curl up, or if the tea is not ready, or the
Yeah.
biscuit or bread not coming, you can take time. Not like other morning.
Yeah, other mornings that you have to like
You just
define
have to stand by.
to be at work at a certain time, be in school at a
Yeah.
certain time. Well, today is Saturday,
Yeah.
and it's a little bit more relaxing.
Relax.
And for us at home, our schedule today and our itinerary, I could say, and also our meal plan, we only cook on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Friday we plan to run for a quarter. We will order meals, and Monday, Tuesday we have our soup and our meaty. And our boiled food, we're going boil, we're going healthy, going wellness for 2023.
Oh,
But we are
well.
not going to look at the whole year. We'll take like 1 month and then a quarter and then move on to the second quarter. I don't want to look at it the whole year because some of our family members, they struggle. So we are working together on that. And
Yeah.
also today, it's a DIY day for us at home. It's like do it yourself. So it's a thorough cleaning day, and they make their own lunch and make
Find
their
your
own,
own dinner.
breakfast and find your own dinner. Yeah, sound funny, eh? So I put out our itinerary yesterday. I posted it on the family comments and said, okay, on Saturdays, do it yourself kind of day. Like, you take ownership of your time. If you know that you need to do a thorough job of your roster duty, do so. And for those that are going back to school on Monday, the whole of this week is sort of like prepping up for school. And for the adults, today is the day that you can, just find your own food and do your own thing. And I always tell them the pantry is there. You have tuna, you have biscuit, you have
egg.
noodles, you have eggs, you have meat, you have chicken, you have fish, and it's there. So it's like do it yourself kind of day. And well, that is us. And on Sunday, it's all hands on deck. Everybody come in, chip in, what we can eat, the time that we have. Preparation that needs to be done from Saturday or Sunday morning. So everybody right? The only ones without responsibility is the three girls.
Lekela.
Yeah, Lekela Hadas and Samsara, because they'll just, walk around. And even Sunday gets sent to do things. So all hands on deck on Sunday after the church service, that we can all sit together, enjoy the meal, and we sit together and watch our movies. Like we started off with cartoons and Barbie and all those kind of stuff and Paw Patrol before we watch the family movie. Well, now we have the first and the third Sundays that we have our services on
And
the
a carrier stand, like
And
this
that's-
Sunday, tomorrow.
And that's where all of our family go except myself.
I love-
try a bit to be by myself.
I love to cook noodles and egg.
Yeah, that's easy.
When
It's
you have
easy, and then
when
you
you
get
have
the
noodles,
biscuit.
when you have noodles and boiled egg, you just boil the noodles, boil the water,
Yeah.
pour it in the noodles, and the egg is already boiled. And when the noodles is ready, and then you put the 2 eggs, normally 2, if 1, and then put it in the noodle. And that is
And
my
if you,
favorite.
Yeah, and if you put in a little bit of spring onion,
Oh.
that's even better. Yeah, and it is amazing. Like that meal it's famous, and the people have sort of like make their own recipe out of it. I see some who just crack the egg straight into the noodles and stuff into the microwave. It becomes like a little bit of how you have the corn soup.
Corn soup, yeah.
It's like noodle soup. And you have some like they fry their egg and slap
put
it
it-
on top of their noodles.
Noodles.
So there are ways of doing it, and I think that's the most cheapest, meal that you
Most
can get.
easiest.
And it's it's seasoned and it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. My children or my grandchildren, they love their cup noodles, and right down to Lekila, who is 2 years old. So it's like she will come and she will have a choice between the Indomie and the pop me.
Pop me.
Yeah. There's 2 types that we buy at home. And even when there is no meals going in between, they become fillers. I know maybe it doesn't give much nutrients to your body, but it becomes a meal and easy to make.
And it's funny because when we travel Air Korea, noodles is one of
Yeah.
the in-between meals
Yes.
in flight. And I love the hot water.
Yeah.
I love that hot water.
soup, eh?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you receive
They
when you have
actually
noodles.
serve the ramen noodles. Eh?
Yeah.
It's a bit spicy.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we are going on to the noodles way. this is the last weekend before our children start schooling next week
Yeah.
on Monday, and I believe it's a lot of things that you're doing, preparing them to go back to school. And not only that, maybe your children have gone out for school holidays with their grandparents and they're returning home, or they're with their friends and they're returning home, or some of them maybe have flown out of the country and they're returning. So it's like a weekend of, reshuffling and a lot of things to be done, more so for them to go to school
So
on
it's
Monday.
it's a preparation week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a preparation weekend.
And
eh?
you can see to the road is very busy going to town, and I believe that
Yeah.
there is
A
buying
lot
their
of people,
stuff. Eh?
yes.
Their
Maybe
school,
you still have some
uh,
last minute shopping
yeah,
to do.
shoes and
for
bags
the
and
school,
uniform.
and school stuff.
Yeah. And also the result of year
Yes.
12 and year 13.
Year 13
Yeah.
exams that are out. Well, yesterday I put out a advice to our staff in the company that I work in to say, okay, 3 o'clock, you can go and officially just get off work and prepare the remaining things that you need to do for your children. And I believe some of us still writing their list, haven't been ticked, and the help from the government assisted a bit. And I believe the previous government have been giving them giving that kind of allowance as well, but it was at 180. But one way or the other, there was some fund coming in on top of the money that you have, or your own resources, or for those of you sarangan indo na visto mi datortiko nyala kung may nabibukia
Ando bibuki levu.
tamani
Ando nabibuki
bibuki
levu.
kwa kaltik weekend kako ni ko vangataka nga mesa oti keda vakandua voli raw na kai voli na non uniform non vavani voli na non bag ni voli na kai vo marre me bibuki tu na voli ni kenra
Wakasinga levu.
Pasingalew, voli sono society, voli na salad oil may tawag teki kina, so na kairo ni may na noodles.
Kaya ko rin ko madal
fried
takatali.
kina tuna.
So na kami boli mi bukia na non lunch. May
Yes.
rawa-rawa ngay sa winaka balta di ko do ka levu. You share some of the some nice meal, good meal,
Yes,
well prepared.
easy
Yeah.
meals to make. Eh? Well, for my grandchildren, their first choice is always sandwiches. They love their sandwich. They love their sandwich in white bread, even though our family at home, we've lived for years on brown bread. And now they're growing up and they love their white bread. So what I do for their sandwiches, they have their own preferred fillings. I have two of them who loves tuna, and I have another two who love their cheese. And for the other two that love their cheese, one doesn't like the lettuce, and just the cheese slab. And the other one loves the lettuce. And I have my other two with
Tuna.
his friend that loves tuna. So I have Sunny, Joshua, and Carlos who
Carlos,
love their tuna. And Sunny, my youngest grandson, when he has his tuna sandwich, he doesn't want butter on his bread, and he wants the edges of the bread to come out. So they have their own different way and their own preference.
Yeah.
So what I try to do as much as possible is to, give and prepare on how they love their meals. It's very small, like one big, large sliced bread fit the whole lot of them. And then I'll make another, I buy usually 2 large slices or 3. And for that, I prepare. Once my grandchildren's lunch are all done, then all my family's lunch, not lunch, to them it's breakfast. Eh? It's the children's lunch.
I'm amazed of the time that you take to make sandwich. Because normally when we come back from prayer, we come back 6, 6:15. Within those time,
Yeah.
I've noticed all these years.
Yeah,
Can you
I
just
can make,
assist
yeah,
to make
I can
it
make
easy
a
for them?
sandwich for the whole family, yeah, in a time span of about 20 to 25 minutes. Yeah, because like for me, my take is I prepare the night before. So before I go to sleep, I lay out the table, the counter, put the breadboard, pile up the bread, and get the bowl, put the tuna, not open, just a tuna tin, and the lettuce and tomatoes and everything all done up in containers, leave it in the fridge. Mayonnaise there, cheese packets, it's still in the fridge. So when I come in the morning, I bring the things that are still in the fridge, and the only thing that I do is open the tuna and put the mayo. And like for your time management on how to make them, try and push your preparation backwards. Do as much preparation from the night before.
From the
say
night before.
Yeah. for the child, for the grandchild, I think they're listening from home. For the one that is trusted to do kitchen duties, he becomes my helper. So the night before, the role of that person or my grandchild that is trusted for the kitchen will be to lay out the table after the dinner, wipe the the table, place the placement, and then we will decide. If we're having cereals, all the cereal container will be on top of the table, their placement, their bowl, their spoon, pending milk that is in the fridge because it needs to be cold. And then pull out the milk in the morning when they're about to have their breakfast. That if we are going with cereal. So that is all done the night before. And all this, like if you're going sandwich, this is what we are preparing, and it's all done. So, and then I even have their lunch boxes all laid out. What I do with their lunch boxes, because it's all labeled, and I will put a foil, to keep their sandwich crispy and nice and fresh. So I put a layer of foil within their containers. So I line up all my grandchildren's container, and on my right I line up all my family's container, prepared, because once I finish with this, then I do their sandwiches. Like he loves his sandwich like my other grandson. I have, I think it's Joshua, and Joshua loves his sandwiches like that. I mean, lettuce, tomato, and tuna.
I love
He
it.
loves his sandwich that way. But my daughter, it's like Sunny, doesn't like any butter on her bread. My daughter-in-law, she loves like Gasalevus, filling, as well as my son-in-law. When I actually do, lunches for my grandchildren, I do all for my remaining members of the family. That's my husband, my son and his wife, and my daughter and his wife. So all those things are all done. And writing the names, and it's easy. So that if you're going sandwich, you're going sandwich that way. Your children may like a different feeling. Some love egg. For mine, every now and then they would love eggs, and when they do, then I boil the egg, mash it up, and mix it with a little meal, to put it in their bread. And the cheese is just as cheese slices, the flat cheese slices, but I find the other cheese tasty. The cube. And Banga cheese is very tasty. If you haven't tasted the Banga cheese, I would like to recommend. Try it out. I used to be a fan of Kraft cheese, but now I'm shifting to Banga cheese. Yeah, Banga, like Banga Island, Beqa. And it's really, really tasty and beautiful, locally made. So for that, I, grate it, and it gives you that. And one of my grandson, he's so much like me, Othaniel. He loves his dairy. I love my dairy. So even for breakfast, I can have the leftover cheese on the bread, sprinkle that grated cheese, and put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Oh, that's awesome. It's tasty. Very cheap, but very nice. Because he used the same cheese for lunch, and use the same cheese for their breakfast if they're going that way. And when I'm doing sandwiches, I also see, like if I have plenty bread, I use the same for their breakfast as well. So they're pre-packed on the table when they come in the morning. I line up their mugs ready for their hot drink, and I know who loves black coffee, I know who takes tea. All my family, I know their preference, I know their taste. And sometimes when I'm running late, and I'll tell them, okay, the mugs are there, spoons are there, do your own hot drink. But other than that, I do it for them, leave it on their table or under the for the breakfast table, and when they come, they can heat it up in the microwave because it's all done if they're running late as well. So it's either or. If I'm running late, they do their own mix. If they're running late, I do their mix. And that's how we operate. And also,
There are some days that they buy in school.
Yes, like for the whole week for them, they have 2 days to buy. They have Monday and they have Friday. So towards the end of last year, we decided they only buy 1 day.
1 day.
So they buy on Monday. And sometimes I say, no, you push it to Friday. So they buy either on Monday or on Friday. I try to leave Monday free because it's a lazy day. You wake up in the morning, you don't want to rush and do all those kind of stuff. And I also push it either on Friday because it's like a rounding up day, wrapping up week, and you don't really need to do anything in the morning. And those are either of those 2 days, and they buy lunch. So they only have Tuesday if they're buying on Monday.
Yeah.
They only have Tuesday and Wednesday because the fasting start. and that's when they're onto their liquid. And Thursdays when they love their dal
Can
and
you-
onto their liquid.
Can you go deeper into the fasting of our children? Because
Yeah.
maybe some people will be asking, and what is this fasting?
Yeah, what we do, because we belong to a church that has a fasting program for the month. Say, for instance, for the month of February, we have fasting every week. We call it the Nation fasting, and it's like a 48 hours. 48 hours, it begins after breakfast or after your meal on
Wednesday.
and then you don't eat any solid food again until Friday morning. And in between, you have your hot dal soup. You can have your hot milk with wheat bix. And anything but liquidy, but not solid.
Yes.
And that's like it's sort of like help as well, because that only make them have lunch, full lunch, on Monday and Tuesday and Friday, and Wednesday I try as much to have them make. I mean they have
Good breakfast.
Yeah, good hearty breakfast. So I can do the bacon, I can do the egg, or they have nice filling of sandwiches of their choices. I try and make it as heavy as possible on Wednesday morning, because that will be the only meal they have until Friday morning while they have their soup. So we have our dal day when they come back in the evening, and I try and sometimes I see them and I said, okay, you people don't, no, I don't want to eat dal. Okay, you want to eat? No, we'll just have wheat bricks. Okay, and sometimes I try and order their chocolate, iced chocolate or milkshake, just for them to enjoy what they're going through.
Sometimes fasting can be very challenging to our young people.
Yeah.
And do you come across that because they are very, very close to you, that they come across and they say, oh, we
I
don't
don't
want
want to fast.
I don't want to fast. Oh.
Yeah, I've never had that from them.
Yes.
And I'm really blessed with
Bless
my
you.
grandchildren. They're very good grandchildren of mine, and I know they're listening. And I'm very, very close to my grandchildren. And yes, I'm very close to them. And the fasting program is the fasting program. So even when they have their exams, when they have their exams, they will be the ones coming to me and say, no, I want to fast. But, because they beginning to see the power of fasting.
Yeah.
And it's coming from them, other than me forcing them, indirectly forcing them. It's like a church program. Everybody's fasting, so there's no cooking in the house. And now they do their own fasting. They come and they say,
Excellent, yeah.
I'm sitting for my exam, or I'm having a test, or I'm waiting on this. And whatever that they do, they prolong it. Like instead of the 48 hours that we usually have, or whatever fasting that goes for that month, they do their own 6 to 6 liquid only.
Yeah.
And they come back and have meals in the evening. So for that kind of fasting, sometimes we have the 48 hours, and sometimes in the beginning of the month we have the first 7 days 6 to 6, which means they have breakfast in the morning by 6 o'clock, and they come back in the evening, and we don't have dinner until 6 o'clock in the evening. So it becomes a 6 to 6 fasting with liquid only. And in between, they can have any soup, they can have liquid, they can have anything that is not solid. Yeah, that is on the fasting for my grandchildren moving forward. Like what I said, if you're listening today and you say to yourself, oh, I want to try that, it's good. I've seen the changes in my grandchildren, sort of like also help them to control their eating, and it's done amazing things. So apart from the sandwiches, one time my grandson come to me, Joshua, and he said, no, because when they go to school, they share lunches.
Yeah.
They open their lunch and they sit together
with their friends. Yeah.
Like the things we used to do in school too.
Yeah.
And he said, I noticed one of my friends' lunch. It's really nice. I said, what is it? He said, it's like they fry the
Noodles.
corned beef with noodles. Oh, that's really nice. He said, oh, I really like it. You can make that lunch for us. I said, okay. So we have our days that I cook the rice. And when I say cook the rice for their lunch the next day, I put the rice already, measurement of rice into the rice cooker without any water. So I leave the rice there, ready for tomorrow. And wash up I wash the rice, have it ready with the water, but don't on the switch. So in the morning when I wake up, I just on the switch.
Okay.
And when I do the corned beef, I cut up, they don't like too much onions, just a little bit of onion. And the corned beef I leave because it's easy, but like for the palm corned beef, you really need to open it up with the opener, but for the other one, you just pull it up. So I pile the tin, how many tins that I'm going to be working with, and the noodles. in this perforated thing that is easy for me to put hot water and, like
Yeah.
that is very easy to make and fast to make. And then they have their bed of rice, and they have this corned beef with noodles.
With the noodles.
Like what I said, whatever that I'm doing for my grandchildren to take for school, it's the same that I'm doing for my family. That some of them take it for breakfast, they have for breakfast, or they keep it on for lunch. So we have that, and also they love the sauce that I do with their sausages. So I buy sausages and I pack them up. For them, they have their preferred sausage. But if you want, there are some shops, for Super Shop and Save, there is a factory that we usually order from, and we pick that up from the Western division. Like for $25, the whole bag of sausage, ito ko lang, maybe to Sangavulu, 70
Sunday.
sausages inside.
How much that?
$25.
$25.
Yeah, $25 for 70 sausages, and that is huge. So for that 70, you can even divide it and last them. It's not like for them to have sausages every day. Then you alternate it. You have sausage today, sandwich tomorrow. You alternate it, and then sausage can last for a very long time. Like for mine, when I do this sausage fry, or I cut it up half, but I love this full. I mean, just to be left the way it is. And I do the onions with the oyster sauce. Oyster sauce is very nice and tasty. And you can top it up with other sauce to their preference. And you put that on the, a bed of rice as well. And they have it either with rice, or if we have leftover crops from the night, like cassava, or because I handle mission food, and sometimes after it's cleared, we have a little bit of cassava left or kumala left. I fry that up to go with it. And that's another lunch. So there are easy make lunch. Some of them, like I taste the other one of the day when we were doing our self lunch or dinner, on one of the Saturdays, we have one of my grandson's friend, he's a border with QVS, and he's with us. Whenever he comes out on his break, he stays with us. So that night when we, because they were doing their own, and I said, anything tuna? Because they were doing the noodles with corned beef, noodles with whatever. I said, anybody have done tuna? Because I don't eat meat. I only take fish. And yeah, this is noodles with tuna. So exactly the same way that I was doing the noodles with corned beef, he did the noodles with tuna. And it was really tasty as well. So whatever that you have available, you can slap it up, and create a nice meal. And if you have leftover rice, either you do it a fried rice. Like for us, if we have our dinner, and it's a rice with rice, and it's leftover
rice.
I get the rice off the rice cooker, put it in the foil, put it in the fridge. So have the eggs prepared and cut up a little bit of vegetables. And the next morning, I do fried rice from the leftover rice, last night. And I ask them, you want to take it for school? If they want to take it to school, then that's it. Go to school, and then they have the leftover for their breakfast. And if they say, no, we don't want to take it for school, we'll buy lunch today. And then I will just dish it out for breakfast and go the same way again in packing up. So in my home, I know what Leikila eats, who is a 2-year-old granddaughter of mine, right up to my husband. So when I prepare meals, I have that at the back of my mind. Like in the morning, if he goes by himself for prayer, or when we do go together, and it's a day for like hot bread day.
Yeah.
One of the morning for breakfast, we do it hot bread, and we buy. Kayla loves her
Coconut
roll. Sunny loves his cupcakes, and the cupcake comes in a dozen of about $2 something. And my other boys, they just love their meat pies.
Meat pie or
Even
chicken.
if you buy other things, they don't eat it. They don't eat the roti either.
Yeah.
We buy. They just love their bread. So whenever we go, we just buy exactly what they want and what they eat, so it's not wasted. And if the bread today is left over, and we have a lot of bread today, what I do the next day, I do chaffles, or on how you just put fillings inside and put it in a sandwich maker, and look for the filling. It can be leftover curry as well. You can put it inside and make them as a chaffle.
Yep.
So the favorite at home, they love their cheese chaffles. Like you just put the cheese slice in, and they have their cheese chaffle, and they also love their tuna chaffle. So I mean, we're talking about meals,
Yes.
and we're talking about on how you can don't buy each day. Buy, like you write your menu, and you shop for that menu. Let's say for a month or for 2 weeks, depending on the strength of your finance. Like if it's tuna, and you look at your children and your family, maybe a big tuna can facilitate the whole family. Or if it's just your child, or how many children, then you go for the small tuna. And that, depends on how you're going to prepare. So it becomes like this tuna for this week, for this meal. And that is why I believe it's very important for you to have your meal plan. The meal plan for your children's lunches, for school, meal plan for your dinner at home. Because when you have your meal plan, it really helps you to buy in bulk. Like if you're going to be having rice 2 times or 3 times a week, don't buy 1 kg, 2 kg daily. Don't buy daily. You try and write it out, and you buy, say,
10 kg.
Yeah, 5 kg, whatever, like what I said, whatever your money can afford. Some of you can buy a 5 kg, some can buy a 10 kg, depending. But don't buy daily. When you buy daily, for me, it's more expensive. More expensive. It can be a few dollars up. It may be just a few dollars up, but there's a few dollars. And if you buy daily, every day, and in a week, you may be losing about $10 to $15 or $20 just by doing that process. But and that $20 can buy you another item, like in a flour or salad oil, the money that you waste by buying daily. So write down your list, and first do your meal plan. Meal plan for your children going to school. They can include the people that are going to work, and they can save the money by going and buying lunches again in their workplaces, on dinner from the roti guy, and that's money going out. As much as possible, try to maintain your finances within your home, and use the same resources to fit and cover the whole house in terms of your usage that is maximized.
Because of your meal plan, and from there you organize your shopping list, your list. And sometimes we take very lightly the spending on food when we go to buy in school, or for us that we work to buy from cafeteria restaurant. And sometimes after a fortnight, when you calculate all those buying.
Yes, like if you buy lunch and you're working and you buy lunch every day, and you are not in a fasting program whatsoever, but you're a normal person just going to work. You don't go to church either, and this is your life. And it's very hard to find a meal now for $5, like a good hearty meal. We can still find that with the fish and chips out there in Flagstaff. But if they really want a good meal, it's usually $8 up or $10 up. And imagine, like, if you're having that meal every day, and in a week from Monday to Friday, that's like
$50.
about $50 or $60 left out of your payroll, or your pay or your salary. And regardless whether it goes down to $5 a meal, it's still the same. There's still money you're spending. And some of you may be listening today and you said, I can't afford that because my money, my money is more. I can even eat every day, eat out every day, and buy food every day. But if you take a step back and you ask yourself, do I really need to do that? Because that finances you can save. Not only save, like say if you commit yourself to loan, that helps with your loan payment. Or if you are on a hire purchase, that extra money helps with other things for you to be able to clear. Or if you write your list, you want to buy something, that finances help you. It's not that it's bad to eat out every day. If you can afford it, you do that. We are just talking about it. But if you eat out, try and limit it at least to 2 days a week, or 3 days a week. Don't make it every day because you can save some money. And for moms at home, try to prepare meals earlier in the morning so they can take their lunch and their breakfast, for them to have breakfast before they go to work and also to school. And kibakana may baka sama kanga sa kanga ni mama ko to okay na nga menda mama ko sana na ano mama taklilay anda mama ko to na varota kami na singa namboying before say singa the day before or the night before menda mama ko to nanon da baka sama na menda kanya belata aurina ningona da mama ko to kina baka iko maroy lavo without you knowing save na milavo matay nakene karua iko rida madanga iko eba kay I don't know, you attract things to your life because iko mama kutu you're very diligent to see this thing through. So first, write your meal plan for your children going back to school, the lunches that they need to take, and also their breakfast. Like at home, they know which days that they have cereal, which day they have, sometimes they really love a long loaf with just plain butter in, and their peanut butter. Or if there is no filling, they just love to dip that bread with butter into their tea or their hot drink. And also write a meal plan for the family. Don't just wait to see what's there and then you eat, because nangon ko valaki na nakamondo kania nando na madaw e buki ko na na bakarotaka e buki ko talaga no mo boli kay manda hindi man nga nando na fula mi ko ka na fulang ko kay vale retorno nga ngo kemi do na ko tungo ko ribuli o bi kede to na gas ko na kede to ba ka video via kay do na ka iko sintalita ka na kay walay aronye kay may tutela bakasam. Tapi masa kita kan kita ivale, that's our day on Thursday. We call it the student council day. That's when we sit right down to Sunny to ask, okay, people like your lunch or you want to change? So they'll come in ideas. No, I don't really like that lunch. Now Sunny for 2023 and makumbungo ko klase 5. Kwasa kavia, don't make any lunch nana for this year. But ako na kuribuli to kiki na school fees. E baro kiki na lunch, na morning tea and afternoon tea. So, balatino ko is nyo rin kanya level na kakanadak chicken, balatin at school, like prepare organic healthy meals. He's not even supposed to be taking chocolate to school. So, it's very good because that school is sort of helping me, and also helping him to be healthy. So, he always comes and says, we're having chop suey. I don't want to eat chop suey because they live on vegetables. And we had that challenge. So some days I take my sandwich. And the only lunch that Sunny takes from home is tuna sandwich. Nothing else. He doesn't like cheese sandwich, no egg sandwich. It's either tuna sandwich or plain bread with butter. So that's his preference for lunch. But for this year, maybe because he's getting matured, so he's enjoying his meals. And he's coming and said, oh, Nana, I love the meals in school now. You don't make my lunch. So now Sun is off the radar for me. I don't need to make his lunch.
Yeah.
So you write, you discuss with your children, what would they love to eat? Rice, they'll have their preference. And there are little things at home that you can put together to make that happen. And buy in bulk just to meet them, facilitate for the whole month. And then after a month, you ask them, you still want to take the same lunch or you want to change it a bit? Because that way, not only they're happy taking their lunch, but it helps you to prepare well.
Yeah.
And also for your dinners at home.